Hi everyone! We're here back for Tuesday afternoon yoga. I'm happy to have you all here. So today we are going to be using the yoga couch again. And so all you need for that are 2 blankets. So if you remember, we did this a few classes ago, where we made what's called a yoga couch, which is this really nice setup for Shavasana, for the final resting posture. So if you're at home and you can go grab 2 blankets, go do that now. I'll give you a minute and then we'll talk about how to get that set up so that then when it's time for Shavasana, that is all ready. 2 blankets, any kind. They do not have to be like what I have. Even if they're just like kind of throw blankets that you have on the couch, you can grab those. That'll work just fine. Okay. All right, so first to get this set up, you want 2 of them and you want to start with both of them in kind of this rectangle. So mine are folded in thirds and then folded in half. Once you have 2 rectangles, the bottom one is going to stay flat, and then the top one, we're going to place it on top at about like that, so they're kind of tiered, and then we're going to fold this over. So top half of the top one is just kind of folded in half. Set that right at the top of this one. This is for your neck, this is for your upper back, and this is for your low back. So even if it doesn't look exactly like this, some sort of blanket set up to get cozy. Once we get there, you'll know if it feels good, if it feels right, or if you need to tweak something. So then let's shove this off to the side. We'll have it nearby. And today we are going to start in seated. So find a comfortable seat, and that can be sitting like this. That can be sitting cross-legged. It can even be sitting in a chair if you're not comfortable on the ground. So start by finding a comfortable seat. And we are going to start with the breath again. So we talk about belly breathing, but I wanted to remind you that our diaphragm, which is our breathing muscle, lines the whole abdomen. So it's this muscle under our rib cage that doesn't just expand forward when we use it when we're breathing, but it expands into the sides and also into low back. So we've talked before about breathing into your lower ribs instead of just breathing forward, but today we'll also talk about breathing into low back. What does that feel like? That of all 3, to me, is the hardest to feel. So we'll talk through that today. So start by taking some calming breaths, option to put one hand here and one hand here, and start by breathing into your tummy and just settling in. Feel that air going all the way down into your tummy, all the way to pelvic floor. You can picture the air first going to pelvic floor, and then to your abdomen around your belly button, and then to your lower ribs, slowly filling up. Good. Now bring hands to lower ribs and continue the belly breathing, and feel this area under your hands expand out to the sides as you breathe in. So the reason why we're sitting instead of laying down is because it's hard to breathe into your low back when your low back is on the ground. So use this opportunity to think about sending your air to your low back and feel where the heel of your hand is. Feel that area of low back expand as you breathe in. So whole abdomen sending air all around, not just to the front. And feel that expansion as you breathe. Doing the breathing in this 360 way, instead of just breathing into the belly, will give you less like forward expansion. So it might seem, if you've been really trained in belly breathing and doing it in the front, it might seem like you're not doing enough, but really we want it to be spread out. We don't want like this huge like belly expansion every time we breathe. So we'll come back to that. We are gonna do some seated cat-cow. So find a comfortable place for your hands on your legs or at your knees, and start with cow. So looking towards the ceiling, stretch shoulders back, and then for cat, round your whole spine, looking in towards your belly button. Look forward and up into cow, stretching shoulders back, and round into cat. Looking forward, not cranking the neck back too far here, but definitely getting a nice openness in your shoulders. And round in. Waking up our back. Looking forward into cow. And looking in for cat. Good. Now coming back to the middle, we are going to do some twists. So start with hands together, and what we're going to do is open right arm up behind us. So reach right arm back all the way around. Feel a nice twist in your upper back. We want our hips to stay mostly still here so that our rib cage is doing most of the movement. So opening up to the right, and then bring hands all the way up, meet together in the middle, and then open up to the left. Notice one side might feel a lot more limited for you. One side you might have a lot more movement. Hands back together, open up to the right. Anytime that you're doing something like this, you want to be mindful that you're feeling it in the right area. So feeling it in your back instead of feeling like I'm cranking my shoulder open. Bring hands back together and open up to the left. So with being mindful of not cranking on the shoulder, I'm thinking less about what's happening with this hand. I'm not worried about getting that hand towards the back wall. I'm thinking more about how much can I open the front of my chest and feel a good stretch in my back. We don't want to feel pinchy, sharp. Hands back together, and one more time opening to the right. Reach back up, and one more to the left. Nice twist here. Good. Back to the middle, and now we are going to do a stretch to the side. So reach left arm all the way up and over. Resting into my right hand, but not all of my weight. Feel a nice side body stretch here. And then we'll switch sides, left hand down, reach right arm up overhead. Feel a nice stretch through your right side. Good, all right. And now we are going to go into some cat-cow from hands and knees. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips here, and then we'll pair it with the breath. So inhale, look forward, and exhale, round in. stretch the tummy. Exhale, round in. Really let your head go here. Sometimes it's hard to get your head to match the movement of the rest of your spine. So looking forward, tummy drops into cow. And as we round our spine, looking in. So even just coordinating that movement and having your body listen to you as you tell your neck what to do, that's work. Look forward, tummy drops, shoulders squeeze together. Arch your back into cat, round in, let your head go. Good. All right. And now we are going to add a little bit of core. We are going to kick one leg back, but what's really important here that we're going to talk about is what's happening at your tummy. So when we are doing core work like this, what you want is that you have that belly button to spine, that drawing in of your tummy instead of pushing out. So as we get ready to do this, exhale, draw your tummy in, and then kick right leg back. And then set it back down, breath in. Exhale, draw your tummy in, kick your left leg back, and set it down. If you aren't sure what your tummy is doing, you can place one hand there as you just breathe. Inhale, exhale, you should feel your hand pull up towards the ceiling. If that's not happening, just practice a few rounds of just inhale and then exhale, draw your tummy in, kick right leg back. Inhale as you lower your leg, exhale, draw the tummy in, hold that as you kick left leg back. Good. Breath in the middle, exhale, tummy in, right leg kicks back, and then one more time on left side, inhale at the bottom, and exhale, draw your tummy in, kick your left leg back. Good. Now, let's bring our arms into this. So same pattern of bracing inwards at the abdomen, but we're going to add opposite arm with opposite leg. So same inhale at the bottom, exhale, draw your tummy in, reach your right leg back and your left arm forward. Set that down, inhale, exhale, draw tummy in, left leg, right arm. Inhale, rest, exhale, tummy draws in, left arm, right leg. So a lot is happening in our body right now, but when our tummy does that pattern, it's stabilizing us. Inhale and exhale, tummy draws in, left leg, right arm. Over time with this, you can work on having less side-to-side movement or just being able to balance enough to do this in the first place. Breathe in, exhale, tummy draws in, left arm, right leg. Good. We'll do one more on left side. Breath in, exhale, draw tummy in, right arm, left leg. Good. Now walk your hands out. We're going to do puppy pose. Hands out in front, rest your forehead down to the mat. Bottom is straight over the knees here. Should feel a nice stretch in your shoulders here. And then when you're ready, use your hands to walk on out of that. We're going to come back to tabletop and we're going to do thread the needle. So we'll start with right side. Going to reach that right arm up towards the ceiling and then thread it under, reaching all the way to the left. Rest your head, and then top arm has a few options. You can rest it next to your face. You can reach it out long. anything else that feels good in your body. The place where we want to feel a stretch here is on the back side of your right shoulder. If your left hand is out in front, bring it back in front of your face, come back to tabletop, and now we will do left arm. So left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and then under the body, rest your head down, and feel a nice stretch here. Sometimes if I don't feel quite the right stretch here, I just play a little with the angle of where my arm is reaching. So maybe I'm reaching a little too high or too low and it needs to be more straight. Just change up the angle of that a bit and see if that makes you feel a better stretch on the back of your left shoulder. Good, and then come on out of that. And now we're going to go into our standing postures, into down dog. So, gotta get the shirt tucked in here. All right, let's start with tabletop position. And then from here, we're going to tuck toes under, step back to a plank just for a moment, and then bend your knees, come on up into down dog. We're going to start with our right leg here. So bring your right leg up towards the ceiling. And now remember how we braced our tummy inwards. I want you to think about drawing tummy in as you bring your knee to your chest. And then reach that leg back up, three-legged dog. And then step that hand between your feet as you draw tummy in. So we'll do that a few more times. So don't worry if that felt tricky. And now we're going to rise up into crescent. So hands can be at heart center, hands can be overhead. I'm feeling a nice stretch in our left hip, so squeeze your left booty. Our front knee is, if there was a laser, it would be going over that second toe. Our knee isn't caving in. And now open up to the side, so back toes slightly turned in, arms in line with the mat, and this front knee, we want to think again about that knee tracking over second toe, so that means turning on your side booty on the front side. So don't let that knee cave in, turn on your glutes, and keep that knee over second toe. Good. Now we're going to do a reverse warrior, so reaching our back hand down the leg as we stretch our side body. Then moving into a side angle, so elbow is at the knee, elbow isn't resting on the knee. Here we're using our core to hold ourselves up. If you can reach the ground, you can put your hand there. You can also use a block. I'm using mostly my legs here to hold me up, and my elbow is just resting. I'm not pushing into my leg. So side angle, we're reaching our top arm up so that this is one long line from my whole left arm down my left leg. Same leg position as warrior two. And then come up back to warrior two out of this, and that whole time our right glute is working really hard to keep that knee in its correct position. And then we're going to bring our hands down, frame the foot, step your leg back, and then we're going to lower onto your tummy. You can do that from a plank. You can lower your knees and then lower all the way down. From here, we're going to come up into a mini cobra. So lifting our head and shoulders as we squeeze our shoulder blades down and back, look forward, not up, and then lower down. And this transition, you can go to tabletop, and then we'll step back to down dog. If you're super strong, you can do plank. You can press from your tummy into a plank and then down dog, but I like this tabletop transition. And then from here, we're gonna come back into down dog, and now we'll do the left side. So taking a few breaths here. You can pedal out your legs. Feel that nice calf stretch, hamstring stretch. And remember when you're in down dog to stay active through your shoulders. Right now what that feels like to me is pushing the ground away and not just letting my shoulders sink towards my ears. So we're starting with left leg, so reach that left leg up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, draw your tummy in, knee is coming to chest, and we're coming forward. Then reach back up in the three-legged dog. And now, same movement of exhale, tummy comes in, knee comes to the chest, and we're going all the way to low lunge. Stepping that foot between your hands. Totally okay to use your arm to help get your foot there if you need a little extra. Then, come on up into crescent. So this time getting a stretch on this right side. Squeeze the right side of your buns. Good. And now open up to your right side, right foot slightly turned in. And now left glutes are working really hard to keep knee tracking over your second toe. Our pelvis here is not straight ahead facing the wall, but it's at an angle. This helps this pose be more friendly on our pelvis and all of our hip bones. All right, then we're gonna go reverse warrior. So getting a nice left side body stretch, and then coming into side angle here, reaching right arm up and over, and this time making a nice long line between your right arm and your right leg. Good. Return to warrior two, and then hands come down and frame the foot again. And then so here for that transition, it can be plank to tummy or it can be tabletop to tummy. It's okay if it takes multiple steps. Everything does not have to be a super smooth transition. Now we're going to do another cobra. So focus on squeezing the area between your shoulder blades as you look towards like where the horizon would be. And lower back down. Now use your arms and legs to lift your tummy and booty up in the air. And then from tabletop, we'll go back into down dog. We're going to do that one again on each side. So tucking toes under. For going into down dog, from tabletop, I like to step back to plank first. That gets us in a good length. So toes under in tabletop, lift the knees, step back into plank, and then up to down dog, knees bent. Pushing the ground away, keeping shoulders engaged, and back to right leg. So right leg lifts up, and then exhale, tummy in as we step the leg forward. Good. Rise on up to crescent. Left glute squeezes. Front knee is over the ankle, not too far forward. Open up to your left, warrior two. Reverse warrior, reach back. Side angle. Make your legs really work here. Stay strong and lifted. You want to feel light in this bottom hand. Warrior 2, rise back up, and then turn that back foot forward, frame your hands, step back, and lower down to your tummy. Lift up into mini cobra, shoulder blades squeeze together, lower back down, and then lift your tummy and booty up into tabletop, and then we'll step back into down dog. All right, left side. Reach left leg up. Exhale, draw your tummy in as you get ready to step this left leg forward. Good. Rise up to crescent. And open up for warrior 2. Good. Reverse warrior, reach back. This whole time, left glute is still working, still keeping that knee tracking over second toe. Come forward, reach up for side angle. Beautiful. And now back to warrior 2. Good. And now framing that foot, coming back to the tummy. And now one more cobra, lifting up, squeeze shoulder blades, and then exhale. We're gonna rest here for a second. So you can just turn your head to the side and have your arms at your sides, or you can rest your head on your hands. And we're going to breathe, and here in this laying on your tummy position, we're gonna breathe into low back. So first, just catch your breath. See what part of your body expands as you breathe. If it's in your chest, try and send it gradually more to your tummy. And you can feel how in this position, when you breathe into your tummy, there's not much room for it to go since we're laying on the ground. But you can feel that expansion into your sides. And you might feel that expansion into your low back. So take a few breaths here and focus on what that feels like. Maybe you've never felt this before or been aware of this area. Turn your head to the opposite side and continue this breathing. Think about what you feel in your low back as you're breathing into it. If you feel like both sides are expanding the same or differently. So this is our final piece of breathing into the whole abdomen. We call it 360 breathing or abdominal breathing, because it's not just a belly breath, it's all around. Good. All right. And then now return to, you can leave your head to the side, but we're going to bring our arms down by our sides. Then look forward, so you're going to want to lift yourself up so you don't smush your nose. And what we're going to do is locust. So full locust, legs up, arms up. But we're going to start with the arms. So with your thumbs down and your hands facing your sides, squeeze your shoulder blades together and down on your back as you lift your head and lift your shoulders. And then lower. And we're going to do this a few times. So squeeze, lift, shoulder blades squeeze together and down. And by down, what I mean is that we're not shrugging here. So you want to feel your shoulders move away from your ears as they also squeeze together. And then let that go a little bit. And then re-lift, squeeze. Think long neck here, no shrugging. And then lower. And then now we'll add the legs. So that's going to be squeeze the buns, toes pointed, and lift the legs as you lift the arms. So lift legs, lift arms, squeeze between the shoulders, long neck, really long body here. And then lower. And then breath in at the bottom. Exhale, squeeze buns, squeeze between shoulders, and lift up. Hold. And lower. And I'll do one more of those. Squeeze between the shoulder blades, long neck, legs are lifted and active. Good. All right, now we are going to press back into child's pose. So reach your arms out long, knees wide and toes together. And breathe again here. Here our tummy and low back are free, nothing's pressing into the ground. So think about breathing in all three sides here. Front, sides, and back. Check in on the pace of your breath. See if you can notice it gradually slowing as you breathe into your tummy. All right. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into a seated position. And we're going to start with a twist. So legs can be left leg in like a cross-legged position with our right leg crossed over that, or left leg out straight with right leg crossed over. And then bring your arm to hug your left leg as you open up to the right. Breathe here for a few moments. Same situation with this one where it's not about cranking your arm back, it's just about opening the front of your chest. And now we'll get other side. So right leg can be straight with left leg crossed over, or right leg can be bent with left leg crossed over. Hug this leg and then open up to the left. Use your fingertips to slowly walk your arm back and focus on feeling this in your upper back. You might also feel a stretch kind of in the back of your left leg, and that's great too. Good. Come on out of that, and now we're gonna straighten our right leg and then cross this left leg over it. So knees are kind of stacked on top of each other, and then you're going to reach forward and get a nice hamstring stretch for this right leg. You don't have to reach your foot, you can have your hands at your ankle. Back does not have to be straight here, you can let it round. important thing that this top leg is doing is it's just helping your bottom leg stay straight. It's just kind of weighing it down a little bit so you get a good stretch. And now we'll switch sides. So left leg goes straight, cross right leg over, knees are stacked, and then reach forward. Feel a nice stretch on the back side of your left leg. Just notice any side-to-side differences. Unwind from that, and we are going to lay down all the way down and do a few stretches before we get on the yoga couch. So now would be a good time if you tuned in partway through and you didn't hear me talk about the yoga couch. Everyone else who already knows, you can just lay down and get cozy. 2 blankets, any kind, roughly rectangular shaped, in any sort of fold. Mine is in thirds and then folded in half. And then the bottom one is going to stay in this rectangle. Top one you're going to place about halfway and then fold the top over. So we have support for low back, upper back, and neck. Alright, and that is set to the side. So laying down, we're going to start with a figure 4 stretch. So cross your right ankle over your left leg, and then reach up behind, grab this leg to feel a stretch in your right glutes. If you feel the stretch without lifting your leg up and grabbing it, it's totally okay to stay there too. Now a little side to side. Switch sides. So left ankle crossing over right leg, reaching through the keyhole here. Now we're going to come into a reclined butterfly. So from this position, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall out to the sides. And what we're going for is just a comfortable stretch in the inner thighs. If this feels like too much, you can put pillows or blocks under your knees here for more support. But just breathe here and let your legs get a nice stretch. You'll feel a little differently depending on where your feet are in relation to your body. So if you scoot your feet a little further away or a little closer, find the stretch that feels right for you. So gently, you can use your hands to help bring your legs out of that. We are going to grab the yoga couch, moment we've all been waiting for, and pull this onto your mat, and we'll get all settled here. So if yours doesn't look like this, no worries. You just want to have kind of this tiered stack and some nice support at your neck. So scoot your butt all the way next to it. We're not going to sit on it. And then lay down onto it and get ready to kind of adjust this neck part. So you want the neck part not to be under your head. It's not really a pillow. but it is a neck support. So your head is like more off of the back of it, and it's supporting the natural curve of our neck. From here, if you feel more comfortable with your knees bent, you can absolutely do that, but this is where we're gonna rest for Shavasana. So go ahead and settle in and return to the breath. Option to close your eyes. Nowhere that you need to be but here. And right now, we're going to start at the top of the head, and we're going to talk through a guided relaxation throughout the body. So first, feel your scalp relax. Any tension there, picture that melting away off of the mat. Eyebrows relax. Back of your head is heavy, sinking into blankets. Feel your jaw let go. Notice if there's any tension of holding the rows of your teeth together, and release it. Let your tongue relax. Mouth might be resting slightly open. Feel your arms be heavy, hands soft. All of the muscles around the shoulder joint soften and melt away. Upper back melting into the blanket. As you breathe into your tummy, let your abdomen relax. No effort needed here. Feel your breath travel all the way down to pelvic floor. Picture pelvic floor lengthening on every inhale. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes, you're squeezing your cheeks together, and let it go. Picture all of the muscles around the ball and socket of the hip just melting, softening as your body sinks deeper and deeper into the mat. Let your feet just flop out to the side. Feel the fronts of your legs soften, backs of your legs heavy, sinking into the ground. Toes relaxed, no tension in the bottom of the foot, the top of the foot. Imagine that your body is just being pulled towards the center of the earth. There's no effort against gravity right now. Any area that you noticed had a particular amount of tension, such as neck and jaw, check back in with that spot, see if you can soften even more. Sink that area of the body even deeper into the blankets and mat. Revisit the breath. Picture that 360 expansion that we talked about. Air traveling to the front, inhale, breathing deeper, and every exhale, letting tension go. If you're ready to come on out of this, if you're not, first of all, stay here and breathe and relax as long as you like. If you are ready to come out, go ahead and gently roll your right side. We're going to kind of roll off the yoga couch. And then use your arms to push you up. I hope you feel great. Know that all of that stuff that you just did, that working on relaxing your body, I talked you through that, but you did that. So we have that power within us to release and continue learning how to relax. It's really great. We carry a lot around that we don't need to. So you can always come back to this video and listen through that and see what spot is it. And it might be different depending on the day, or you might have one area that holds on, but how can you learn to recognize tension in your body and release it? What we're doing right now with Breathe at Home is that you get a free week trial. So check that out. Go to our website. Our website is breathedsm.com, and you can sign up and try Breathe at Home, which is our online platform of workout videos by us, the physical therapists. And you get a week to try it out and try the different styles of videos, get to do some yoga, you can do some strengthening. So check that out, and we will be back next week for more of this. Thanks for joining.